Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are unpacking a story that's causing serious concern in KwaZulu-Natal and across South Africa. It involves allegations of corruption linked to one of the country's biggest infrastructure projects, the R29 billion upgrade of the N3 highway between Durban and Pietermaritzburg. The N3 is one of South Africa's most important transport routes, carrying thousands of vehicles daily and connecting major economic hubs. The current upgrade project aims to ease traffic congestion, enhance road safety, and create thousands of much-needed jobs for local communities. It's a project with enormous potential to boost the economy and improve daily life for millions. But, as we often see in South Africa, where big money flows, there's also a risk of corruption. And that risk is now turning into reality. According to reliable sources close to the investigation, a KwaZulu-Natal councillor and his wife are at the center of a serious corruption scandal related to this massive N3 upgrade. They are accused of manipulating subcontracting processes, allegedly awarding contracts to companies linked to them, and profiting from payments that were not legitimate. This kind of interference is dangerous because it undermines procurement procedures designed to ensure fairness, transparency, and value for money. Instead, it raises the cost of the project unnecessarily and breaks laws meant to prevent conflicts of interest. When people in public office use their positions for personal gain, it hurts everyone, especially those who rely on good infrastructure and public services. The South African National Roads Agency, Sanral, has confirmed that it has opened an official investigation into these allegations. Vusi Mona, Sanral's spokesperson, made it clear that they are taking these claims extremely seriously. They are working closely with law enforcement and other agencies to ensure the investigation is comprehensive and that those responsible are held accountable. On the other hand, the Msunduzi Municipality has already taken decisive action by removing the implicated councillor from the project liaison committee. This is a preventive step to make sure the investigation can proceed without interference. Thobeka Mafambatha, a municipal spokesperson, stressed that the municipality is committed to transparency and accountability. Interestingly, the names of the councillor and his wife have not been made public. This is not unusual during active investigations, especially where legal proceedings may follow. It's important that investigations are allowed to unfold without bias and that everyone's rights are respected. The impact of this scandal is already being felt in the community. Local civic groups and civil society organizations are demanding swift justice and full disclosure. The Pietermaritzburg Civic Forum, for example, has been vocal in saying that corruption must be eradicated from development projects once and for all. According to their spokesperson, Sibusiso Zondi, South Africans have had enough of politicians treating public development projects as personal piggy banks. This is a sentiment many South Africans will relate to. Over the years, corruption in public infrastructure projects has robbed the country of billions of rands that could have gone towards improving schools, hospitals, roads, and more. Instead, these funds often end up lining the pockets of a few corrupt individuals. It's also important to note the wider economic significance of the N3 upgrade. This project is part of South Africa's broader strategy for economic recovery and infrastructure development. It's partially funded by the government as well as development finance organizations, who expect the project to be managed efficiently and transparently. Any delays caused by corruption or investigations have ripple effects. Jobs that were meant to be created might be put on hold, local businesses may miss out on contracts, and the region's economic growth could slow down. This is why many are watching closely to see how the investigation unfolds and what measures are put in place to prevent future corruption. Unfortunately, this case is far from isolated. Corruption is a systemic problem in South Africa's public sector, particularly in local government. Over the years, there have been countless reports of officials awarding contracts unfairly, inflating project costs, and siphoning public funds for personal gain. Fighting this problem requires more than just investigations. It demands systemic reforms such as stronger oversight mechanisms, independent audits, clear conflict of interest rules, and protection for whistleblowers. Without these reforms, projects like the N3 upgrade will continue to be vulnerable to exploitation. Sanral has asked the public to assist in the investigation by providing any relevant information they may have. This call to action is crucial because community involvement is one of the most effective ways to combat corruption. When citizens are vigilant and speak up, it becomes much harder for corrupt officials to operate unchecked. So, what can we learn from this situation? First, it highlights the urgent need for transparency and accountability at all levels of government. Public resources belong to all South Africans, and those entrusted with managing them must do so with integrity and respect. Second, it reminds us that infrastructure development isn't just about concrete and asphalt, it's about people's livelihoods. When projects like the N3 upgrade succeed, they create jobs, improve safety, and drive economic growth. But when corruption takes hold, the entire community pays the price. Finally, this case underscores the power of public pressure. Civic organizations, media, and everyday citizens all have a role to play in holding government officials accountable. By demanding transparency and swift action, South Africans can help ensure that justice is served and that our country's development projects truly benefit all. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this scandal? How can we better protect public projects from corruption? And what steps should Sanral and local municipalities take to restore public trust? Please drop your comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you found it informative, subscribe for more news and political commentary, and share this video to help spread awareness about the importance of clean governance. Thank you so much for watching. Together, we can keep the conversation going and demand a better, more transparent South Africa. See you next time.